Thank you for joining me today for another episode of True and Scary Stories from Around the World. I am Joseph. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep me making episodes. Don't forget to comment and tell me your story. You can also text me 239-634-1144. And remember, don't be so scared. You are tuned into True and Scary Stories from Around the World. I am Joseph, your host. We will return right after this. Scary Stories from Around the World. I am Joseph, your host. We will return right after this.
This is True and Scary. Your host is Joseph. We have a very scary story for you coming up right after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Welcome to True and Scary Stories from Around the World. Joseph, host for this intriguing podcast about true and scary stories. Now you can subscribe with Joseph and get extra behind-the-scenes fun stuff, videos and so much more. Join the True and Scary community today for $2 a month, and remember, don't be so scared.
You are listening to True and Scary. Let's get on with our True and Scary stories. Here we are with the caller. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
So I just want to tell you about the time when my closest uncle died. I went. Because he lived an hour away. The family lived an hour away. This is on my dad's side. So I had to go down there for about a week and visit. But when I made it home, to my home, I lay down for a nap. And as I was sleeping, I dreamed about my uncle. He came to me.
What was your dream about?
He told me that, my brother and his wife's marriage was going to fall apart. My cousin, who was married to my stepsister at the time, their marriage was falling apart, along with my sister and her husband. And within a matter of months, this really happened. But when he told me goodbye in my dream, he touched my leg.
You could feel that?
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. It woke me up out of my sleep.
Yeah.
And I seen him as he was fading. And he told me, I had to be there for all of them and help them keep it together. But he warned me because I was going to be the one to catch all the aftermath. And I did.
You did?
I did. I moved down there because my sister went to maybe she was in there rehab. Me and my brother got into a fight or whatnot.
Well, that happens.
And I went back home with my sister, who lived in Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Were you closer to your sister, or?
Tit for tat. But now, as adults, me and my brother don't even speak. But
and why do you think that is?
We just life.
It happens. Me and my sister the same way, yeah.
So, but I moved down there with her, got me a job. Didn't return back home to go back to school or nothing, because I had a good job. My cousin left my sister for my stepbrother's wife. It was crazy. And then...
Like an Oprah episode?
Yeah. But before that happened, my sister and her husband fell out over a $50 sack of weed.
Oh.
$50 sack of weed. He pulled a shotgun on her in front of her kids. Over $50 sack of weed. And, of course, she came over to my stepsister's where I was, and we smoked the hell out. What he didn't flush, about $20 worth that was left. And, back then, a $50 whisk sack was pretty fucking big.
Right.
Wasn't sorry about my language.
No. We're good.
It wasn't like it is now. But, I just thought it was crazy how, he told me, he came to me, he told me play by play what was going to happen.
And it does happen that way.
And then it happened. And then shortly after, my sister went back home to my mom's. So I go down there to be with her, and she leaves me down there with my stepsister. During that process is when I was at work at my telemarketing job. And by the time I got home, my cousin knew them then, told my stepsister with his new bitch that he was leaving her for her brother's wife. And then that was the end of that. By the weekend, my grandmother and mom come pick me up, and I'll come back home. But
how did your life change after that?
You know, partying.
Well, yeah.
I was young. I was like 16.
Well, I
17.
started partying until I was married. And then when we divorced a year later, that's when I started partying.
I got all my partying.
I didn't get to grow up, so...
I did all my partying
I
young.
understand that. It's hard.
It's
hard.
I did it young. Because, like, not looking at me, you could never tell the life I had.
Well, no, you can't. I mean, it's like, don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. I'm the true statement of don't judge a book by its cover.
Me too.
My husband probably thought he was marrying one of the white girls, born with a silver spoon in her mouth, but he shortly learned.
Yeah, every time I tried to sip on the silver spoon, it broke in half, so...
Yeah, I don't think I ever seen that silver spoon, to be honest with you.
No.
Like,
we had bronze, but it was fake bronze. And then you had gold, but then it turned green because it was fake.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, see, my family, they didn't even try to do all that. We ate with the normal shit we eat with now, I'm telling you.
Right.
That same uncle, he still walks the halls of that house.
Yeah.
It's in Hawkinsville, Georgia.
Because he feels lost. Is what happens.
When I felt him touch my leg, I jumped up and like ran to the living room, and I was like, "Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" And my mom and my grandmother were like, "Where did who go?" And I was like, "Uncle Jerry," because that was his name. He was my Uncle Jerry. He was my favorite bright man.
Why
at that time? Because like,
your favorite?
Because he was the best. It's like,
and why was he the best?
Because he treated us with respect. Didn't matter what time of night we called him. If we needed him, he'd come. He never judged us.
And that's important in life.
Thank you for joining me today for another episode of True and Scary Stories from around the world. I am Joseph. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep me making episodes. Don't forget to comment and tell me your story. You can also text me 239-634-1144. And remember, don't be so scared.
Welcome to True and Scary Stories from around the world. Joseph, if host for this intriguing podcast about true and scary stories. Now you can subscribe with Joseph and get extra behind the scenes fun stuff, videos and so much more. Join the True and Scary community today for $2 a month, and remember, don't be so scared.